Most times we don't know how critical the situation is or how much time we have in hand. That is where understanding the vitals will help. Let us look into how to check the vitals of the human body and assess the situation of the victim. The vitals of a human body are circulation, airway, and breathing. You can simply remember it as C, A, and B.
Circulation.
C. Circulation is the process of supplying adequate oxygenated blood to all the organs of the body. The heart is the core organ that pumps oxygenated blood to ensure circulation to the entire body, including itself.
Airway.
A. Airway is the passageway for the flow of gases from the nose, mouth to the lungs. This passageway needs to remain unobstructed for the free flow of gases.
Breathing.
B. Breathing is the process of taking in and taking out air through the airway. Any emergency, irrespective of what caused it, when it impacts circulation or airway or breathing, is when it becomes life-threatening. That is why it is called the vitals. Now, let's see how to assess the victim's situation.
How to check circulation. To know if circulation is happening, check the carotid pulse on the neck. Take 2 fingers, index and middle finger. Locate the center of the throat. Slide to the left or right by 2 inches. Apply slight pressure and hold for 5 seconds. You will be able to feel the carotid pulse. How to check airway. The airway of an unconscious person might be blocked. When a victim has fallen unconscious in an upward position, the tongue may fall back and obstruct the windpipe, thereby cutting off the oxygen supply. The remedy for this situation is to tilt the head and lift the chin. Use one hand to hold the forehead of the victim and tilt back gently. Then, use 2 fingers, index and middle finger of the other hand to lift the chin. This method is known as head tilt and chin lift. How to check for breathing. Retaining the victim in head tilt chin lift position, take your ear closer to the nose and mouth and look towards the feet of the victim. Look for the rise and fall of the victim's chest or abdomen to confirm if the victim is breathing or not. Simultaneously, try to listen to the sound of the breath coming out of the victim's nose or mouth. In the same position, try to feel the breath that may be hitting your earlobes. You will be able to assess whether the victim is breathing or not through this simple method of look, listen, and feel.
To your layman's eye, is the victim appearing conscious or unconscious? If the victim appears to be conscious, you can immediately check for any other common medical emergencies like bleeding or fracture or choking. If the victim appears to be unconscious, start the BLS, Basic Life Support Procedure.
Chapter Summary.
In this chapter, you have understood the vitals of the human body, circulation, airway, and breathing. How to check for circulation, airway, and breathing, that's called CAB assessment. Deciding on course of action based on the consciousness of the victim. Let us learn about what needs to be done when a victim is unconscious